Hello guys, it's Darksigner here from the German Duel Masters channel, and welcome back to another duel video. Today we got the finals from our third IDC tournament, and you see Solomon playing on the top of your screen, playing against myself on the bottom. And yeah, I still had issues recording the game, so Spalding is recording this for us. Unfortunately, I made a statement that wasn't true. I said he could go into another tab and just play his game as it would still record, and that's true, but as you can see, his mouse is doing wild stuff on our screen, so excuse that. I hope you guys don't get offended by that too much as we are starting our game. Solomon has a turn 2 and turn 3 drop, which is ideal for him. He has a Quixotic hero Swine Snout followed by a Bronze Arm Tribe, but I had the Bronze Arm Tribe myself, so I could build up a bit more mana as well. And yeah, like in the semi-finals, Solomon is going in very aggressive. I think I have a hard decision to make what I want to charge. I still need fire mana, and I could really use a Sky Sword this turn. But I don't play anything, as I just want to crash my Bronze Arm Tribe into his Quixotic, as Quixotic is quite a pesky card to deal with. You can't remove it without using spells, because if you play a lot of creatures in a turn it gets too big. And yeah, I think the thought process of me was, do I play the Cranium Clamp or not, because he had 3 cards in hand. That clamp would put him down to 1, but I didn't want to risk losing to an Archie, so I was a bit afraid of that card at this moment. So I just charged, and yeah, he got a Sky Sword. That's a card I would really want too, and I answer his board with my Burst Shot out of my hand. So I feel pretty confident. I still have 3 shields left, and yeah, he doesn't have anything on board, so my position in this game is really good at this point. Okay, so I'm charging mana to get back the Dimension Gate. I had another one in hand. I charged that so I don't lose too much mana. And with that, I think I'm going to search for a Sky Sword, as I really am afraid of losing more shields next turn to a Crazy Valkyrie maybe. Okay, so I search for Bronze Arm Tribe. Maybe I have the Sky Sword already and want to swap it out and play Bronze Arm Tribe before, I don't know. Okay, and now I see the line for that. I think I have a Soul Swap and I want to get Bazagazil out next turn. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I needed the mana boost and couldn't use Sky Sword, as I wouldn't have enough mana left for the Soul Swap. So yeah, I'm Soul Swapping the Bazagazil Dragon in, and I still have enough mana for another Dimension Gate, which now searches me Sky Sword, so a turn later. And yeah, that Bazagazil is definitely going to be a problem for him, as he doesn't run any discard with his Civ combination. So I know that my Bazagazil is safe, and he basically has to put 2 creatures on board to pressure me, as one creature on board would just be killed by my Bazagazil every time. And yeah, I do the Belix into Volcano Charger play again, which I did in my semifinals. That's really nice interaction, that you basically always have a Phantom Dragon's Flame in your mana zone that you can reuse with Belix. Now he plays just a Sandfist. I don't know if that's the right move, if you know your opponent has Bazagazil. Yeah, he forces me to use it maybe, but yeah, he doesn't get any more mana, and I think his only way to win is to get out another instant evolution. Yeah, he forces me to use the Bazagazil, but ultimately he has to get 2 creatures on board, which now might be the case. No, so he just played Agroholkus and swaps it back in and out to draw 1 more card. Not really ideal, as he's still only left with 1 creature on board, and it doesn't really bother me that he has 3 cards in hand. Now I play Sky Sword and follow it up with nothing. Yeah, unfortunately I charged a multi-sieve mana, so I think I have maybe something for 7 mana in hand. But that Sky Sword really helps at this point. And he called Liquid People with Petrova, so I can't really block here with Belix. I could, of course, I could do that to protect my shield, but I think I have the out for his board here to clear the Petrova and the other cards, so I don't use my Belix here and rather keep it for later turns. Okay, so I charged the Bazagazil that my Telegraph, that I have a Soul Swap in hand, which I will play later on, or search for it with my Forbos. And now I use Mecha Dragon's Breath for the Petrova. And now I want to see if he trades his Sarius with my Belix. Or no, I want to trade Sky Sword for Agroholkus and see if he blocks. If he blocks, I can clear off his Sarius, as it's an evolution bait for Krays. Otherwise, I'm happy that I got rid of the attacker. So either way, I'm fine with his decision. And he lets both creatures die. So yeah, let's see if he has another Krays. Doesn't seem like it. He taps 3 mana. And he used Energy Stream. And now he puts down a Sandfist. So now he has 2 creatures on board, which is pretty nice against Bazagazil, but I think with 5 cards in hand I definitely have a fire spell that can remove 2 creatures. And yeah, I have the APOC. And then I still have 7 mana left for my Bolmedius, so now I'm going on the offensive of my own. So he plays Petrova again, but as it is his only creature on board, it's not really that big of a threat. And he calls Initiate, but yeah, I think that game should be mine. Let's see if I can swap out the Bazar Gazil for the Petrova and then just go in with the Bolmedius. So I use Morbid Medicine, and I guess there might be a Sky Sword in there, or I know of a Sky Sword. I don't know if there's something else. A Bronze Arm Tribe, yeah, okay. Not really that useful, but the Sky Sword is giving me one more shield. That is nice. So now I'm playing the Sky Sword. Now I still have 6 mana. I used 3 for Bronze Arm Tribe, and then just go in for 2 shields with Bolmedius. Not too great of the hits, but yeah, still feel safer just attacking with Bolmedius at this point. Not giving him too many options. I really hope that he didn't have Sarius and Kraze in hand. That would have been devastating, as he could have gone for game with that move and I would have to rely on a shield trigger. But lucky for me that he only had a Sky Sword. In hindsight, I don't really know why I charged the Bazar Gazil. I don't know if my hand was so good at this point, because it doesn't seem like I have a Soul Swap ready to really get it out, as it would have really helped me here against the pressure of Petrova and fearing an instant evolution out of Solomon's hand. But I still think I'm in a good position. Now I play Lost Soul and discard Bronze Arm and Petrova, so his hand wasn't really that great. And I still have the APOC, so yeah, going super safe here, because with one card in hand he can top deck Magris into Crazy Valkyrie, as he doesn't have enough mana, and only an Evolution Bait or only the Craze doesn't help him here. So I'm safe to pass one more turn and then go for game next turn. So yeah, okay, now he bounces my Bolmedius. And I can answer with a Sky Sword, which makes me feel even more safe here, and I just put the Bolmedius back out, as it's the same as last turn. He can top deck Magris into Craze, as he doesn't have enough mana. He top decks the Magris, which is nice for him, but no instant evolution coming, so yeah. I think we made a mistake here. No, okay, with the second Petrova he called Initiate, so that wasn't a mistake. The Aqua Surfer was up for grabs with the Volcano Charger. And here I think I just go for game, or do I wait it out? But I think now I could lose to an instant evolution, so I'm just going in here, because I don't think anything can save him here. An Aqua Surfer definitely doesn't save him, and Holy Awe doesn't do anything, as it doesn't gain any board presence. So yeah, I think I'm ultimately deciding to go in and end this game here. And that was no shield trigger, so I take game 1. And yeah, we are going to game 2. And we both start with a Sky Sword in our mana, which is always nice. You have the multi-civ mana in turn 1. You can go ahead and charge it, as it doesn't screw your turn, because they come into play tapped. and I charged the Ghost Touch. As I said in the semi-finals matchup, I'm too afraid to use Ghost Touch in turn 2, as a turn 2 Archi de la Serna really spells game over for me. Later on, if I can answer it turn after, then it is okay to go in with the discard, but turn 2 is a bit too early. And now Emerald takes the the second shield, and Bronze Arm Tribe also goes in, but I think I get lucky here and he runs into a Soul Swap. No, okay, it's a Burst Shot, but I'll take that as well. Getting rid of 2 creatures instead of just 1 by counter-attacking with my Bronze Arm Tribe. So I think this was the right move. Now I get the Ghost Touch back with Belix, but I think that didn't really matter. I think I only wanted to get out the Sky Sword with the Soul Swap, so I needed to get the body on board. And now he already got Craze, yeah, which is not good for me, but I go to the 6 mana range, so I can maybe Terror Pit it. So that would answer that. You can see I have 8 cards in hand, so there's a bit of thinking going on what I want to charge here. And I charge the Dimension Gate and just play another Sky Sword. That's not too ideal. I think I followed up with a Ghost Touch. No, I don't. I'm still too afraid of the Archi, which was a mistake looking back at it, because I think the last card was the Aqua Hulkus. So yeah, he got game here as he got too many attackers on board. I can't deal with only 8 mana with all of them. So yeah, he takes game 2. I think I should have gone for the Ghost Touch and just hope that it isn't an Archi. And so yeah, you see I can get rid of 1 creature and maybe a second one as well. Now I can follow it up with Sky Sword. And now my only hope is that the new shield is Soul Swap, so I can swap Sky Sword back in and out, but yeah, it wasn't. So like I said, he takes game 2, so we're all tied up, and we're going into a final 3rd game for this finals matchup of our 3rd IDC tournament. And I could start. Charge Forbos and Ghost Touch, and yeah, Ghost Touch never seen play in turn 2, as everybody's running Archis in his deck. So I didn't open Bronze Arm Tribe, but the good thing is I still saw Dimension Gate, so I can just search it out here. So a lot of thinking going on. I think it should be a bit more easier to search out the Bronze Arm Tribe. Maybe I was checking for my shields, check if I have shield triggers in it, or if I can rely on some of my shields being useful. So yeah, I searched the Bronze Arm Tribe. Like I said, I think what took so long was me checking what my shields are, so I can better plan ahead. And if you guys are wondering, I think it's a perfectly legal move to check your deck for your triggers. If you search your deck, that's That's the reason why you play search cards in the first place, as you get knowledge over your deck, or even other players are using slash charger to get knowledge of the opponent's deck, and I think that's perfectly fine. That information you get is an upside that those cards have, and I don't think it's cheating or getting some unfair advantage. I think that's just part of the game. So now I play my Ghost Touch, as I could deal with Archie next turn. I discard Petrova, which is a nice hit, as he could have played it this turn. Now has to go for Sky Sword, so that Ghost Touch was pretty good now. And yeah, at this point I felt confident using it, as I wouldn't lose immediately against Archie. And even Solomon said in this match, you shouldn't be afraid of Archie, but I think you have to respect it. But yeah, you shouldn't abandon every discard card, as sometimes it gives you the card advantage you need. Like we are even now in cards in hand, and he didn't play anything else than just Magris. I think he wanted to go for maybe a Quixotic, or here, I think a Quixotic maybe, and then he realized that I could play Apoc next turn and kill everything. So I think if he had Quixotic in hand, it was the right decision to not play it, as he would have lost even harder to the Apoc here. So definitely a good move on Solomon's part. So now he's thinking what he's going to charge, or if he wants to charge here. He charges Sarius and goes for the Aqua Holkus. And I think he's going to follow it up with another creature. Tap 3 mana for Sandfist. Let's see if I can get some plays going. I only have 2 cards in hand. So Solomon is in a good position right now, but I don't feel like I have lost the game or something like that, as he only broke 1 shield, and I still have time to make my own plays going here, and I think I do it now with Forbos. I don't have a Ghost Touch left. I used one, and one is in my mana zone, so the 2 mana don't get used. But I think I might search for some sort of mass removal like Apoc, and that's what I do. Going safe, not not relying on Soul Swap and getting Faliga out to get my Apoc back. I think as I said earlier, I checked my shield, so I knew there was one Apoc in my deck left that I could use. So I don't really understand playing the Bronze Arm Tribe here. He unfortunately hit Crazy Valkyrie from top of his deck second time. I think I would use Apoc either way next turn. So maybe he could have just charged the Bronze Arm Tribe and then prevented to lose his Crazy Valkyrie. I don't know how many he plays. If he only plays 2, that's definitely going to hurt really hard. And now I have all the card advantage, as he has to attack my shields to win the game. And yeah, at this point I can Soul Swap 1 Forbos out for another one, and maybe search for another Soul Swap, and still have 7 mana for the Apoc. Now I search Dimension Gate, which gets me the option to search Finisher next turn, or maybe Baza Gazil to answer the Petrova. and he calls Liquid People, which is a good call. As I don't play water, there are no Liquid People in my deck, but there are Initiates in my deck as I play Sky Swords. And I charged the Dimension Gate. I just searched. Maybe I did draw another one. And I get back Soul Swap from Bedix, and I'm going to swap it out for another Forbos so I can search for 2. And I search Mika Dragon's Breath, which is the out for the Petrova, and then one other card, maybe another Soul Swap to search 2 spells again with the Forbos, but now I go for the Dimension Gate again. And I still have 6 mana left for Mika Dragon's Breath, which is really nice. So I got rid of Petrova this turn and still have the Dimension Gate, which I searched last turn basically in my hand. Now he only played Sarius. Let's see what I can do. I search Skysword off of Dimension Gate and use it to retrieve Shield and get some more mana. And now he passes with 2 cards left in hand. That's not really a good sight for him. Yeah, the best case would be if he has Arkeys in hand and I discard them foolishly, but otherwise if there are just some dead creatures like Aqua Surfer at this point is really not useful, as everything he would bounce would benefit me. Now he plays a Quixotic, which doesn't do too much against my board. Yeah, going in with 4 shields it does only help me, and I have too many big creatures to answer the Quixotic here. I used the Terror Pit on it, so he can't attack at all. I think I just don't respect Craze Valkyrie anymore, as he already has 2 in his mana zone, and at this point maybe I expected that he only plays 2. And now I swap in the 3rd Forbos so I can search 3 spells out of my deck, and at this point I think I have full control of this game and just have to play it out with a finisher like Cryptic or Bolmedius, and then win it from there. But I think I'm out of Dimension Gates, that's why I search Morbid. I think I left 3 mana exactly untapped to use a Dimension Gate, but I don't have any. Otherwise I would have searched for a finisher in this turn. Now it taps 3 mana. Yeah, I don't see a way that he can still win this, as he doesn't play a control deck. It's an aggressive deck, and the point for him to finish the game is long gone here. He uses Soul Swap, maybe to get out Petrova. No, just Aqua Hulkus, which is really suboptimal. Yeah, and follows it up with Magris, so good creatures, but yeah, they won't do too much. Now with 6 mana I can Miraculous Rebirth the Aggro and play my Bronzam tribe. Now I still have 6 mana left to deal with the Magris, with the Terror Pit, so I got rid of both creatures. And yeah, I don't know why I still keep clearing his field. I want to play it super safe, but I could just go for a finisher at this point, unless maybe they are in my shields. I don't remember right. Maybe I got my finishers into my shields with the Sky Swords, and that's why I want to keep the field clear so I can somehow just attack with my Forbos and Sky Swords. Now I think about whether I want to play the Bronzam Tribe or charge it, as playing it would cut my deck a card deeper. Maybe Solomon wants to finish this game by deck out. Maybe that's a plan. Now I use Cranium Clamp on the last 2 remaining cards, which were both Holy Horse. Yeah, they were pretty dead. That were the 2 dead cards maybe he had earlier on and couldn't play for 1 or 2 turns. Now I charge the Baza Gazil, which isn't too great. If my 2 finishers are in the shields, that would be my only double breaker left, so I have to find a way to get him out of the mana zone. And now I just pass my turn. So yeah, doesn't look too good, but he passes right back to me. Now I finally drew into a Cryptic Totem, I think, and now I play it. So next turn it's game over if he can't find an answer for that. If he can't bounce it with Aqua Surfer or spin it back on top of my deck with Coral, or Soul Swap it in my mana zone, I think that's game over. Yeah, now he goes on to kill some of my attackers, but yeah, he realizes that he has to crash with both of them. So now he would survive a turn if I go for all shields, but that doesn't really help him. He survives a turn, but I don't see him breaking 4 shields and then still attacking for game with only 1 card in hand. Okay, no, 1 card in hand. He would have 7 or 8 by then, but only 11 mana. That's not really a good combination to get rid of all shields. He doesn't play Miraculous Meltdown, as he doesn't play Dark or Fire. So yeah, I think it's game over now. I just clear all shields, as he can't use any triggers while Cryptic Totem is tapped. And now, yeah, he has 0 shields left, and he shows that he had 2 surfers in it, which is quite unfortunate. I thought he was conceding, that's why I started showing my hand, but he plays it out like a real man and accepts his fate. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these last few matches of our 3rd IDC tournament. If you want to participate in one of our upcoming tournaments, check out the DM Reborn forum link in the description, or contact Halfa privately. And yeah, that is the game. I won the finals 2-1 and take home the IDC 3 win. Stay tuned for my deck profile, and I hope I see you guys at another duel video.